Okay, let's go to second down. Let's get to some NFL news. Top news, if there is any, right now. We're trying to reach for stories right now. So Andy Dalton actually signs with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, some of you may think, oh, well, this is not news because Andy Dalton sucks. Well, no, Andy Dalton doesn't suck. I think he's got a bad rap over there at Cincinnati. Andy Dalton's actually a winning quarterback, and I have his. Let's see, right here. Andy Dalton is a winning quarterback. So for his career, Andy Dalton has went 70, 61, and 2, and that's after going 2-11 last year. So if you take that out, he's 68 and 50 and 2. That's pretty damn good. That's in my opinion, that's pretty damn good. And those are the games that he has actually started and played in. Career percentage, completion percentage is 62%. Almost 2-1 touchdown to interception ratio. I think Andy Dalton has gotten a bad rap. I think he's a solid quarterback. I think now if he's going to be a backup quarterback, I think he is one of the best backup quarterbacks in the NFL. I think this is a great signing by Dallas, especially since they have not signed Dak Prescott yet, and which is a whole nother issue, right? So we have Dak Prescott on the other side who's looking for his contract. Dak Prescott on his career is 40, 24, and 0. So obviously, as far as ratio goes, Dak Prescott's winning percentage is a lot better than Andy Dalton, and he's almost 3-1 touchdown to interception ratio for his career. So obviously Dak Prescott is the better quarterback of the two. Again, Andy Dalton's no slouch. He deserves to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. And again, this is a great signing by Dallas. This kind of puts pressure on Dak Prescott, you would believe, because again, it's Andy Dalton. He's not a scrub. He could play. He could start for a team and pretty much carry the team to a playoffs if needed. Now, listen to what I have to say here. Should Dak be worried? I think he should be, and here's the reason why. Now, I read off the win percentage, the completion percentage, the touchdown to interception ratio, but there is a huge talent difference with what the Cincinnati Bengals had and what the Dallas Cowboys have. Now, Andy Dalton, obviously he had not Julio Jones. He had A.J. Green, who was drafted in front of Julio Jones. A.J. Green, at his peak, was a top 5 receiver. In my eyes, I thought he was a top 3 receiver in his prime. And so he had him. But Dak Prescott, his whole career, has had the best offensive line in football, the best young running back in football, a Hall of Fame tight end. As of late, Amari Cooper, who, is a Pro Bowl receiver. And now you add in CeeDee Lamb to go with, Michael Gallup and all those guys. Dallas's offense is stacked. Now, obviously, they lost Travis Frederick, but Andy Dalton in that offense where he doesn't have to make plays out of nothing. He actually has a running game and, a list of receivers he could throw it to, not a John Ross. He has guys that will catch and will be healthy. You could see Andy Dalton being successful in the Dallas offense, which is interesting because what kind of message is that sending to Dak Prescott? If I'm Dak Prescott, I'm not worried, but I am concerned that now I don't have as much leverage. Now the Cowboys could start the season and say, hey, well, we have not a great starting quarterback. But we have a reliable quarterback that could win us some games and could potentially get us into the playoffs. Now, hopefully that's not the case because I'm an Eagles fan, and if the Cowboys go 0-16, I could care less. But again, just being completely transparent and trying to be unbiased, again, Andy Dalton's a great signing for the Cowboys. I think it's a great move for them. And Dak Prescott, he should feel disrespected because, again, he has not gotten paid. He's won the games. His touchdown to interception ratio, his completion percentage are all pretty good for his career. And he has not gotten paid like these other quarterbacks, Carson Wentz, who hasn't finished the season in the last 3 years. Jared Goff, who's hot and cold, was really bad his rookie year under Jeff Fisher, but it was Jeff Fisher, so I guess you got to cancel that out. There's other quarterbacks that are getting paid where Dak Prescott has the higher, he has a better resume. Now you could compare him to Carson Wentz as far as resume is concerned. Now Carson Wentz does get hurt, but Carson Wentz's potential as far as his high is higher than Dak Prescott. I don't think anybody could really argue with that. Carson Wentz, when healthy, is an MVP candidate. Dak Prescott has never missed a game, and I don't even think he was an MVP candidate. Maybe his rookie year. But he crashed he crashed and burned at the end of the season this past season. I believe he was the reason why they didn't make the playoffs. So, again, the Cowboys are showing that they don't have complete trust in Dak Prescott because they're not going to pay him whatever he wants. And I think by their actions, it's clear that they like Dak Prescott, but they don't think it's not like a no-brainer for them to sign him to whatever the demand is. Because when it comes to quarterback, you got to pay quarterbacks. And, Dak Prescott, again, he should feel disrespected. And, I'm laughing over here because I wanted to see that whole thing crash and burn. I hope Dak Prescott gets his money. Don't get me wrong, because, as a person, I think Dak Prescott is a good guy. You can be a good guy. As a player and all that mess, I could care less. But I hope he gets his money because I'm not a hater like that. I hope he gets his money. But I also hope he loses a lot of games with the Cowboys. So, Jerry Jones, keep doing what you're doing. Keep causing that issue, because if this keeps going on, why would Dak Prescott come back? Why would he sign a long-term deal now if he has to sign his franchise tag, come back, play a year? Why the hell would he come back? Maybe they franchise tag him again. Why would he come back after that? Why? This is doing is causing an issue between the franchise quarterback and the franchise, basically Jerry Jones. So, I'm happy to see how that transpires and how everything plays out. The Eagles will still beat the Cowboys. You best believe that. And all you Cowboy fans that are in my comments and all that mess, keep that same energy this season. When Jalen Reagor is whooping up on your corners and DBs and all that stuff, keep that same energy. Stay in those comments. Let's see that. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.